Welcome to the Viv lifestyle, where we are making super simple recipes, trying not to set things on fire, and basically trying to survive quarantine with toddlers. Right now my toddlers are supposed to be taking a nap. One of them might be fighting a nap. We'll see if she makes an appearance. But while they're trying to nap, we're gonna get started on a Korean spinach dish that I love. It's a perfect banchan or side dish to serve with other Korean entrees. So we're gonna do that right now. So first we're gonna start off with a crap ton of spinach. That's a lot of spinach. As you know, when you cook down spinach, it gets to be really, really small. So if I'm gonna cook all of this, I don't know. But we're going to chop off the stems. I already have my pot of water boiling to blanch this. And then we'll start putting it together. So Tyler just reminded me of a big tip. Keep them bunched together when you chop it up. Otherwise, it's going to just get all over the place and be a big pain in the butt. So keep them bunched together and then slice it or chop off the stems. Okay, so I chopped off the ends of the spinach and now I'm going to stick it in this colander here and rinse it off. Tyler kindly reminded me to not just dump all of it into the colander because it's not going to fit, and that's just the kind of person I am. I'm just going to dump it all at once. So I'm really glad that he's around and reminded me not to do that. So I'm going to put, I made a mess. Yeah, that's what happens when I'm in charge of these things. So I'm going to put it all into a colander and then rinse it off before we blanch it in the pot. Another good reason why you'll want to dump it into a colander, not all of it, but some of it, as you're rinsing, you can pick out some of these like yucky wilted pieces that you don't really want to cook down and eat. So take the time to kind of turn through the leaves and pick out those pieces and then rinse it off thoroughly. Okay, the pot's finally hot enough, so I'm going to stick the spinach into the pot and see if they'll all fit in. Let's see. Room for more. I'm telling you, there's a crap ton of spinach here, so it's just gonna keep going. Just keep going. But you'll see how much will cook down later. Oh, that was hot. Okay. Don't forget to cover it and not boil your hands. Oh, that's not the lid. This lid. There you go. So we're gonna boil it for about 30 seconds. Okay, so last video cut off the top of my face, so we'll start this way. I covered the top of the pot, made sure not to boil my hand in it, and then I pushed this down a little bit, and we'll give it another stir. Before then we'll take it out, dump out the water and the spinach into a colander, and then run it under cold water. Okay, so you probably saw that I dumped out the water and then ran cold water over it and then dumped ice cubes into the colander to really stop the cooking process. It was pretty hot. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to squeeze out all of the juices without breaking apart the spinach. So kind of like a delicate squeeze. So we're going to do a delicate squeeze, get out all of the water and juices, and then put it out on my cutting board to kind of dry a little bit while we put together the sauce. Okay, so you saw that I squeezed out all of the liquid from the spinach, and that crap ton amount of spinach ended up being just a little itty bitty amount. The juices were in the pot, and my Asian mama will probably say that those are really healthy for you and you can use it some way, somehow. I don't know how, but if you do, make a comment below. I'd love to hear how we can reuse the spinach juice. So now we're going to put together the seasoning for this dish. So I have my sesame oil. I also have salt and pepper, my crushed sesame, crushed red pepper, and my garlic cloves. So Tyler was telling me about a neat trick if you don't like peeling the little paper things off the garlic cloves, which I hate doing, is you can actually stick this into the garlic press and it'll squeeze out your garlic anyway and leave the paper behind. So we're going to give this a try and see if that works for us. And then I'll put these things together for you. Okay, let's give this a try with the garlic press. I'm gonna stick it in. Oh! Oh look! Can you see it? It stayed behind. Ah, he is right. Okay, let's go to the other one. So that was 2 garlic cloves. If you want it really garlicky, you could probably do 3 garlic cloves, but we're just gonna go with 2 for this dish. Scrape some of that off. A little bit here. And look, paper's still behind. Okay, so then I'm going to do the sesame oil. I couldn't find my measuring spoons, so I'm going to use this Chinese spoon. We're going to do half of this into the mix. Oh, it's about half here. Put that in. Then we're going to do a couple shakes of the salt, not too salty. A couple shakes of the pepper. And then very little of the crushed red pepper because I do want my kids to have some of this, but we like a little bit of heat here. So, you know what, I'm going to do it in here just to be safe. Very little. Mix this all together. Oh, that smells so good. And we're going to mix this all together. You could probably put a little bit more sesame oil if you like. So once you get the spinach in here, you're going to be massaging it into this sauce. Now we're going to do a little bit more sesame oil. I love the sesame oil. Okay, there we go. So it's probably about 2/3 of the spoon. And then we're going to get the spinach and then dump it in and mix it in. Okay, so I'm going to taste it to see how it is. That tastes really good. I love the sesame oil, but I think it needs a bit more salt to bring out that flavor. So I'm going to do 2 more good shakes of the salt and 2 more shakes of the pepper. Give that a try and mix that together. And remember, it was 2 bunches of spinach, so we don't have to go too stingy on the salt and pepper here. A little bit more salt. Okay, so now I have my spinach. I'm going to put it into the bowl, but I'm going to open it up as I put it in, so it's not so bunched together after squeezing it all. I'm going to open up in there. Okay. Put it in. And break it apart a little bit. Last pieces here. Get this out of the way. And then now I'm going to do a nice massage or mix into the sauce. Now remember, it's at the very bottom, so the spinach at the bottom is probably what's going to get nice and saucy. You gotta move it around, maneuver it around. Get it really mixed in there. That smells so good. And again, if you like it more with a little bit more sesame or more chili pepper flakes, you can add that. I'll probably put a little bit more of the sesame in here, maybe not any more chili pepper flakes because I do want my kids to enjoy this too. So we'll put a little bit more. Oh, there's the sauce. And the garlic. Wow, that was a lot of garlic. So we'll put in some more of that sesame oil. And then before I serve, I'll top it off with some of this crushed sesame seed. But this is going to sit in our refrigerator for a little bit and cool down. And this is actually best served cold or cool anyway. So it's a perfect side dish to what we're going to have tonight, which is the fried chicken 2 ways. And here you have the Korean banchan sesame spinach dish. And with that amount of spinach, I realized you probably could have done 1 more clove of garlic, but we didn't want it too garlicky, so I just drizzled a little bit more of the sesame oil and the sesame seeds on it. So this is going to be perfect for our side dish for dinner tonight, but the other way I use this is with our kimbap, which is the most addictive, amazing thing ever. And I'll do a video about it. It is a little bit intensive in terms of like the amount of ingredients and prep that you put into it, but it's the most delicious thing, and I could probably eat 20 of them in one sitting if I had the chance. But here you go. Here's the spinach dish. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to get notifications for other future super simple recipes. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you again soon. My hands are icky. Could you